everybody. My name is Jessie Banhazl, and I am the CEO and founder of Green City Growers. We are a Somerville-based for-profit organization, and we have been in business since 2008. Green City Growers' mission is to revitalize city landscapes, inspire self-sufficiency, and to convert unused spaces into urban farms. We are actually not an urban farm. We are a company that installs gardens and rooftop farms for residential and commercial locations. And so we get hired by hospitals, schools, elder care facilities, businesses, restaurants, supermarkets, and homeowners to come and take their land and make it growing, have vegetables growing on it, and make it a viable operation for them. And so we're actually a little bit different of an urban agriculture model. The way that we do what we do is we do raised bed installations, and raised beds are very valuable for a lot of different reasons. One is that you can work with spaces that aren't traditional spaces for growing. You can work with areas that have contaminated soil that's contaminated with lead, because you're actually growing upwards and creating a barrier between the soil that is existing and the soil that you were bringing in. You can have these spaces be temporary use. Raised beds are not permanent. They can be removed and moved to another part of the property or an entirely different location over time. They are aesthetically pleasing. They can be mowed around. They can be put on concrete, a deck, a roof. There's a lot of different adaptability in using raised beds. They can also be made to be adaptable for handicap accessibility. So there's a lot of different values with raised beds as the kind of platform for doing growing in urban areas. We also do rooftop farming. We partner with another Somerville company, Recover Green Roofs, which is a green roofing company, to install rooftop farms on a variety of different buildings, both retrofitting and new developments. And this is a valuable location because you're not having any sort of competing use. So rooftops are really valuable. Again, there's pretty much just use for rooftop equipment, and so this can be a really great place if the structural integrity is there to be able to grow food because you're not have to worry about that space being needed for another community purpose. So about Green City Growers, we've been in business since 2008. We've been in Somerville since 2009, meaning the entirety that I wasn't working out of my parents' house. We've been in Somerville. And we are a for-profit organization. We are a profitable and expanding company that employs up to 22 individuals seasonally. And so this is a real viable enterprise. And we came to fruition because there was a demand for our services. People were interested in growing their own food. They didn't know how. And so that's why we're in business. And it's been really successful so far. To date, we've grown over 110,000 pounds of produce. We have brought in over $500,000 in revenue annually and worked with over 6,000 individuals in under 2 acres of space. And so there's a lot of impact that can be done with very, very little available land. We partner with local nonprofit organizations and businesses. We work with the public school systems. We are a company that services Eastern Massachusetts. We service Southern New Hampshire. We really have a wide range. And by partnering with other organizations, we are able to work with lower income populations and food insecure areas as well by basically utilizing corporations and large companies to be funding these programs in communities that they want to have impact in. And we allow them to do that by being the catalyst and offering them the tools to be able to make it happen for them. One of the great programs that we are very, very honored to operate is that there is a City of Somerville run program called the Urban Agriculture Ambassador Program. And what this is that we train Somerville residents, a crop of 20 of them annually, to have the skills they need to be able to grow food in urban areas. And that class then goes out and is placed with nonprofit organizations within the City of Somerville. And so by doing this, we're able to actually train and advocate for these individuals to take their skills and to pay it forward within the community. It's a really affordable way to train a lot of people and have them make a lot of impact. We're helping staff the local nonprofit organizations with skilled volunteer labor to focus on urban agriculture. So by training these individuals and then placing them with urban agriculture institutions, that picture is a lot of people who are in the room. It's too bad you can't see it. There's Mayor Joe, there's former Commissioner Watson, Chris Mancini, and myself. But anyway, there's a lot of really wonderful projects that have been really helped and aided by the Urban Ag Ambassadors. We're happy that we get to work with Groundwork Somerville so often because we're in the same geographic range and there's more than enough space for the urban agricultures in Somerville to be working together to make as much impact as possible. The city of Somerville has been an incredible partner in that way and are pretty much open door in general for urban agriculture organizations. We have been very heavily supported by the Economic Development Department and the Mayor's Office in all of the initiatives that we hope to make happen. So a bit about some of our bigger programs that we see as being replicable for municipalities throughout the Commonwealth. We currently run a program for the entire city of Beverly. We have raised bed gardens at every single elementary school in Beverly, Mass. that we run as a part of the school day for all of the third graders. So every single third grader in Beverly, Massachusetts works in a vegetable garden outside as a part of their science curriculum. We also manage a half-acre rooftop farm on the roof of Whole Foods Supermarket in Linfield. It is the largest rooftop farm in New England. It grows about 7,000 to 8,000 pounds of produce annually. It is then sold 25 feet from where it is grown below into the store. And so by partnering with Whole Foods and working with them, we also work with Recover Green Roofs on this project to make it happen and to have it work into the new development that the grocery store was implementing. We were able to have this huge impact from a space that would not have been used for really any sort of functional purpose otherwise. We also run employee wellness programs, and this has been a really wonderful way for businesses to install vegetable garden features on their properties, usually on some sort of deck or on a lawn surrounding the area, and give their employees an opportunity to get outside, learn the skills that they need to be able to grow their own food at home, and have that produce make an impact in their community. And so a lot of the companies that we work with are donating the produce that's being grown to organizations like Food for Free. And it's making a big impact on the local food economy because these companies are taking a very small percentage of their lawn or available area, their private land, and are opening it up as not only a wellness program, but also a place to grow and produce food that can be given back to the community. We also work with assisted living and elder care facilities, which is a wonderful activity for seniors. We highly, highly recommend having senior activities that involve growing food. We also work with hospitals. We do indoor growing systems. We work with the Be Good restaurant chain. We have 8 different Be Good locations that we're growing food in whatever capacity they can. It could be on a roof, it could be indoors. We're at their shopping mall locations, kind of up against the side of a Barnes & Noble, really anything that we can find. We work with Be Good. And these are organizations that are also consistently expanding and are bringing urban agriculture with them to the communities that they're opening up new locations in. So restaurants like Be Good are a really wonderful example of companies that are carrying this urban agricultural model with them as they grow as an enterprise. We do creative growing. These are kiddie pools. I know it's hard to see. This was a Be Good installation at the roof of High Alley Parking Garage in downtown Crossing. It's now not there. It's going to be moved to a different location. But I bring this up because temporary use is an absolute possibility with urban agriculture. You can use systems that are mobile, and you can use systems where you have them in a location for 1, 2, 3 years, and they get moved at the end of the season, or they get moved at the end of 2 years and they move to a different location. And so if there is property that is eventually going to be developed, but it's on a longer term track, this may be an opportunity to open up that property to allow for urban agriculture uses if the system itself is able to be modular and mobile. Which is something that we have had to do and we've had to develop, but it's allowed us a lot of flexibility, and you can still grow a huge amount of food from these systems. So we grow 1,000 pounds of tomatoes from those 40 kiddie pools for Be Good, and it doesn't matter where they are. It doesn't matter if they're on the parking garage or if they're in another property. So milk crates is a temporary use. I want to bring that up. Milk crate systems are kind of a new, they're like the hip new way to do urban agriculture, but they're actually very functional. You could actually pick up a milk crate fully planted in the middle of the growing season and move it to another location. So another thing that we've been attempting to do is figure figuring out how to identify vacant spaces that are not slated for another use and convert those into urban farms. And so that's another part of our mission that is very similar to Mill City Grows, is that we do want to utilize any sort of available space to make projects that can have a return on investment, that can be generating their own revenue and be self-sustaining. And the idea is to identify communities that are food deserts and to actually create a series of urban farms that allows these individuals access to produce from within their community and allows them to be involved. So that's us. Again, I would say that the one thing I would say that I can absolutely speak to in regards to our municipal relationship is that with the support of Mayor Curtatone and the Mayor's office, especially in Somerville, but also we work in all of Eastern Mass, and we've had wonderful relationships with a lot of municipalities in the area. With their support, there's huge potential for urban agriculture to create a significant amount of change. And we are happy to be a